Hello everyone, my name is Techpati Charman and this is my CIS 3367 midterm project from Ms. Adrian Wheeler. My original idea didn't pan out, so I decided to go with cybersecurity since this is a CIS class and it's nice to do something related. I currently am 21 now, so I have to look for my own insurance, doctor, hospital, etc. So I figured why not do a project on that. So I decided to do my own research here because our medical information is very private and I want to make sure that the place I choose hasn't been hacked into. So I found this website, Privacy Rights Clearinghouse, and I went over the data breaches here. Now I obviously want all the different types of breaches, and I don't need to know about businesses and all of that. I just want the medical. And with me being very thorough on my research, I want to do it for 10 years. So I'll go from 2007 to 2016, since this year is not completed just yet. My 10 years is selected. I search these data breaches, and there are over 3,000 breaches. So, since this is statewide, I don't have to worry about that being just, New York. So we have our file. I'm gonna wait for it to open here. And basically this file will tell me what I want to know. Now here we have the date the breach was made, we have company, you have your location, your type of breach, your type of organization, which is medical as we know, records breach, total records, description information, which isn't necessary for us to know. So we want to sort out this 3,000 because this is too much to scroll through and look. So we will be making pivot tables and a dashboard, which is basically charts based off of those pivot tables. Now in this first table here, I have chosen to filter out the company and the total records per company to see which is the largest company and so forth. I've done the top 10, as you can see. And I also put in state as a filter, so I have New York here since I live in New York. And we have the top 10 companies, largest companies by record, if you will, listed here. And Blue Cross Blue Shield was actually my old insurance. So it's nice to know that it is one of the largest companies, what we have here. So that's my first. And then I would simply go over here to click pivot chart in the analyze tool. And on my dashboard, I chose a clustered column. And I start a little bit. Sorry about that. I kind of have a little cold going on right now. So I have my companies here, and you can see Jacobi Medical Center has the most records. That's going into the millions there. And now going back to our second pivot table, I was curious to see the different types of breaches and wanted to know how many times it was used, because there are different ways information can be leaked out. So in this pivot table, I put my types of breaches in the rows, as you can see, and the values as count. It automatically goes to count when I put it in values, so that is fine. And I have the company filtered here, so if I wanted to look up my Blue Cross Blue Shield company, which apparently will take a while. Blue Cross Blue Shield. Oh, there's a lot of it. So let's say I click that one. There's none for that one apparently. So I guess you get the gist. It filters out it all. And I create a pie chart with this here. And I have my data labels on it so I can see how many times this here was physical. 76 times the physical breached, and 38% of the entire amount of times that it was breached for the past 10 years. And I have my little button here to filter it by company, find it. Now for my third pivot table, I decided to do the number of records breached. So each record would be for each client. And I will click my field list here to show you. So as you can see, I have my company, my rows, I have the sum of records breached in values, and I have the city filtered. So I would look up New York City and I would see the top 10 companies and how many records were breached. And I have this filtered into a bar chart. And as you can see here, Excelis Health Plan Inc. has, looks like maybe 10 million records breached, which is quite a lot. And for our last pivot table, which looks a little complicated, I decided to filter it by the types of breaches and the dates that they were made public, not the dates that they were actually breached, since we don't have access to that, and the total records breached during that month. There obviously I filtered it out by month and year because they're not like, there's too much information to be filled out, so I just grouped it. And I made this here into a line chart. And as you can see, in 2015, between July and November, we have a huge spike of records breached. And I made my dashboard a little fancy here. I have my background picture, I have my fancy handwriting, and I created a slicer. Now slicers are quite useful that I've learned in my class, because by clicking one state you can filter it out. And see, Delaware, you have the NEMAS Foundation, and you have 2 breaches by port, 2 unknown, 2 hacks, and you have Brandywine Pediatrics here. Basically, by clicking any of these here, you can filter out by your state what you need to know. You can click on 2 of them if you want to. And that's basically it. Have fun, guys.